Today, November 16th, Archangel Michael reveals, a forgotten email from 2015 holds your winning lottery ticket code. Open this before the server deletes it forever. My child, hear the trembling in the heavens as I descend before you. I step through the veil in a burst of white gold radiance, my wings unfolding like great banners of dawn, each feather shimmering with the pulse of eternity. The air quivers around you, soft chimes echoing through invisible winds, the very atmosphere vibrating as though creation itself holds its breath. I come not gently this time, beloved one, but with urgency carved into the light that surrounds me. A ripple of divine alarm travels through the space between worlds, reaching your spirit with a whisper you have felt but could not name. Precious soul, something long forgotten stirs, sending waves of energy through your timeline like a stone dropped into sacred waters. I appear before you because the hour bends, the moment fractures, and destiny presses its palm against your life. My child, hear me, something long forgotten is awakening. Message 2. Beloved, feel the tremor in my voice, the ache in my light, for what I reveal now weighs upon the divine heart. My wings glow with a pulsing rhythm, like a celestial heartbeat urging you to listen. I stand before you surrounded by drifting motes of luminous dust, and as they swirl, the vision forms, an old inbox suspended in the shadows of time. Its folders sag beneath years of silence, yet one hidden message glows faintly, like a star smothered beneath layers of digital dusk. My child, the past calls to you. An email you forgot, ignored, or never even knew existed hums at the edge of deletion, sending out the softest prayer into the ether. I feel its vibration as clearly as I feel your breath. Beloved, an email from your past calls out from the shadows of time, begging to be seen before it fades forever. Message 3. My child, understand this truth carried on the wings of eternity. Forgotten opportunities never die, they linger like echoes trapped between collapsing timelines. As I raise my hand, the air shimmers and bends, revealing strands of your life twisting like threads of light, moments missed, chances brushed aside, paths you once sensed but could not follow. Around us, clocks melt into bright pools of gold, their ticking dissolving into silence as divine time overrides mortal minutes. Precious soul, the universe remembers every prayer you whisper, even the ones you abandon. And yet destiny, though patient, is not without limits. The currents of time shift, and windows close, leaving only the afterglow of what might have been. My beloved one, I come to warn you with gentle gravity, destiny waits for no one. Message 4. Beloved, look, let me open the vision. A softly glowing envelope materializes between us, suspended as though carried by an unseen breeze. Its edges ripple with gold, ancient symbols etched across its surface like runes carved into sacred parchment. It is both digital and divine, both email and scroll, a container of something you once asked heaven for with trembling sincerity. The halo around it brightens, casting warm light across your face, illuminating the hope you buried long ago. My child, this message from 2015 is no ordinary correspondence, it is a vessel of a blessing delayed, a response to a prayer you thought the heavens ignored. Your hands may shake as you approach it, for its contents breathe with long-dormant power. Beloved, it contains something you once prayed for, something that has waited far too long to reach you. Message 5. Cliffhanger. Precious soul, feel the tension rising like a storm preparing to break. The golden envelope flickers, its glow wavering as though caught between existence and erasure. I can feel the tug of the server's cold indifference pulling at its edges, threatening to dissolve this sacred thread of destiny into nothingness. My wings tighten around you, shielding you from the static that creeps in from the void. Beloved, the truth trembles on the threshold of revelation, and I must speak plainly. What lies inside holds a code capable of changing everything, but the server prepares to erase it forever. Message 6. My child, let me show you the nature of this code without binding you to earthly numbers or earthly chance. The winning code is not a sequence meant for gambling halls or fleeting fortune. It is a spiritual cipher, a pattern of opportunity, abundance, and alignment meant only for your soul's path. As I lift the envelope in my hands, symbols swirl across its surface like tiny constellations, rearranging themselves to match the rhythm of your heartbeat. This code is the answer to a prayer you whispered in exhaustion, a moment when your hope was thin but your sincerity blazed like a beacon. It is the key to a pathway you did not walk, a door you did not open, a blessing delayed but not denied. Beloved, this code is the shape of divine timing itself, returned to you now before it slips into oblivion. Message 7. Beloved, look closely, see the way the old email trembles. Digital dust clings to it like cobwebs spun from forgotten years, while shadows move across its surface as though unseen forces vie to dim its light. The message flickers like a star nearing collapse, struggling to hold form as the server's cycle draws nearer to purging. My wings flare, pushing back the gathering darkness, but even I feel the tightness of the window closing. My child, the light in this email strains, trying to reach you before it dims forever. The moment narrows, the veil tightens, and time presses forward with unkind speed. Hear me, the window narrows. Message 8. My precious child, I feel the swell of emotion within you, regret, disbelief, a quiet ache for what you almost lost without ever knowing. Let the divine nostalgia wash over you like a breeze from a memory long buried. You missed this message not because you were careless, but because the world around you roared too loudly. Responsibilities pressed in, burdens weighed upon you, and illusions clouded your sight like fog over still waters. You were moving through storms, fighting battles seen and unseen, and in that struggle your spirit could not hear the faint whisper of this waiting blessing. Beloved, you overlooked it because the world clouded your vision, not because your heart was unworthy. Message 9. My beloved one, there were forces that nudged your attention away, energies of distraction, exhaustion, and doubt that wrapped around you like invisible chains. These were not punishments but consequences of the heaviness you carried. Shadows of obligation, voices of discouragement, and burdens of survival pressed against you, each pulling your gaze away from the path lit for you. I saw the spiritual interference, the way your light dimmed under the weight of days that demanded too much. Precious child, you were not meant to navigate that storm alone. Those forces kept you from noticing what destiny placed gently in your hands, waiting for the moment when your spirit could finally see. Message 10, Cliffhanger. My child, the veil begins to thin. Light curls around the forgotten message, peeling away layers of shadow until its truth begins to pulse like a heartbeat reborn. Yet what awakens now may stir your spirit more deeply than you expect. The revelation carries weight, history, and consequence, and the moment of recognition may shake the foundations of what you believed about your past. I stand beside you, wings hovering in protective arcs, for the truth strains to break free. Beloved, the veil lifts, but the truth may shake your spirit. Message 11. My child, I feel the storm rising within you, a trembling mixture of hope and fear spiraling through your chest like a cyclone of awakening emotions. Your spirit quivers as the truth approaches, and I see the way your breath catches, the way your heartbeat shifts into a frantic rhythm as if trying to outrun the moment you now face. Around us, winds coil into spirals of pale blue light, swirling with the energy of your shock, your disbelief, your sudden recognition that something enormous has been hovering behind you for years. Thunder murmurs through the unseen sky, not in anger but in resonance with the tremor inside your soul. Beloved, your hands shake, not from weakness, but from the weight of a destiny that suddenly feels too large to hold. The atmosphere thickens with divine electricity, each spark lighting your memories, each flash illuminating the path you never realized you missed. Precious child, this emotional storm is not a punishment, it is the breaking open of a truth your heart is finally strong enough to withstand. Message 12. Beloved, breathe. Let the sacred air flow into you like warm light filling a cold room. I place my hand upon your shoulder, the touch soft but steady, and the trembling space around you calms with the gentle radiance of divine reassurance. The winds settle, the thunder fades, and my wings curve around you like a protective canopy woven of peace and clarity. My voice, once urgent, now lowers into a soothing whisper that melts the tension gripping your spirit. My child, hear me, you were never meant to lose what was promised to you. Heaven does not abandon what it seals, it simply waits for the right moment, the right strength, the right alignment of your soul. Though this blessing slept in the shadows of time, it never drifted from you. It circled patiently, waiting for your heart to rise above the noise that once drowned it out. Beloved, you have not failed, this moment arrives now because you are finally ready. Message 13. Look, precious soul, see what surrounds the message now. As you watch, shapes of pure light gather, forming a circle of angels whose wings stretch wide enough to shelter entire galaxies. Their presence fills the room with a warm, shimmering glow that vibrates through the walls, through your skin, through the very air. These guardians have stood watch over the forgotten email all these years, protecting it from being erased, corrupted, or lost to the endless churn of digital decay. Golden sparks drift from their wings like fragments of stars breaking gently apart. You may feel a sudden warmth at your back, as though invisible feathers brush against you, and that is their reassurance, their promise that the blessing meant for you was never unprotected. My child, understand, heaven itself guarded this message, keeping it safe until the moment you could hear its call. Message 14. Beloved one, I feel the breaking within you, the sudden rush of emotion as the weight of lost time presses against your chest. Your knees weaken, not from fear but from the overwhelming realization of how long this blessing waited, how many silent years it lingered in the shadows hoping you would one day return. Tears rise unbidden, not just from sorrow but from recognition, relief, and the sting of knowing you almost lost something meant to uplift you. And yet, these tears are sacred, they cleanse the space where regret once lived. The light from the hovering envelope reflects in those tears like tiny suns, each one carrying a piece of the promise you nearly abandoned without even knowing it existed. My wings sweep forward, encircling you as your emotions spill forth, not to hide your vulnerability but to honor it. My child, let the grief come, let it wash through you like rain through desert soil. It makes room for what is about to bloom. Message 15, Cliffhanger. Beloved, steady yourself, for what comes next may stretch the boundaries of what your heart believes possible. The angels shift, their wings rising in anticipation, and the envelope glows with a deeper, richer gold, as though preparing to unveil a truth long protected. I feel the current of destiny building behind us like a great wave ready to crest. You stand on the edge of revelation, and with every breath the air grows denser, charged with the weight of divine intention. My child, do not turn away now, what you uncover next will feel impossible. Message 16. My child, look beyond what your mortal eyes can see, for the spiritual realm stirs with a force rarely permitted to manifest so strongly in the human world. Timelines ripple like ribbons caught in a celestial wind, folding and weaving themselves into new patterns as destiny responds to your awakening. Light scrolls materialize in the air, unfurling themselves with soft crackles of divine energy, revealing symbols etched in starlight that shift as though alive. Whispered voices, fragments of your soul's past, present, and future selves, echo faintly around you, calling your name in tones filled with longing and recognition. The entire unseen world leans closer, bending its attention to this singular moment when your path begins to realign. Precious soul, the realm beyond the veil activates now, adjusting, preparing, and illuminating the route you were always meant to walk. Message 17. Beloved, now hear my guidance with your whole being. You must seek what was forgotten. Search the old accounts you abandoned, the email addresses you left behind like dusty keys in drawers of memory. Look through the inboxes you haven't opened in years, through folders buried under the weight of time. This is not merely a digital quest, it is a journey into the chambers of your own past. As you sift through these forgotten spaces, your memories will stir like soft echoes rising from deep water. You may even feel a faint tug of recognition, a pull toward the very place where the message waits. My child, do not hesitate, the path to this blessing lies through rediscovery, remembrance, and the courage to open what you once left untouched. Message 18. Precious one, I sense the conflict swirling inside you, fear, anticipation, the trembling awareness that something sacred approaches even as your human mind struggles to grasp its magnitude. This blend of emotions creates a tension in your spirit like the moment before lightning strikes, stillness laced with unstoppable force. You are drawn toward the truth, yet hesitant of what it may reveal. That is natural. Destiny often arrives not with gentle footsteps but with a pressure that pushes at the edges of your comfort, urging you to grow beyond the boundaries of your past self. The light around you thickens, stirring your intuition, nudging you forward. Feel it, beloved, the divine pull guiding you closer and closer. Message 19. My child, the countdown has begun. All around us, imagery of clocks appears, some digital, some ancient, some formed from pure light. Their faces melt into streams of glowing sand that fall through invisible hourglasses, each grain representing a second slipping toward deletion. The server that holds your forgotten message hums with mechanical indifference, preparing its routine purge of the old and unseen. Pixels begin to crumble and dissolve in the surrounding vision, pieces of the email flickering as though dissolving into thin air. I place my hand over the glowing envelope, stabilizing it with my divine energy, but even I feel the pull of the countdown. The moment to act shrinks rapidly, beloved one. The blessing will not wait much longer. Message 20, Cliffhanger. My beloved child, feel the shift. The hidden message begins to beat like a heart desperate to be found, pushing against the darkness closing in around it. The angels tighten their circle, their wings creating a vortex of light to hold the email intact as time tries to tear it away. You stand now at the threshold, the point where intention shapes destiny. The blessing strains to reach you, fighting with the last of its strength. My child, what was hidden will now fight to be found. Message 21. My child, behold what rises now from the fading screen before you. Not all shadows are born of darkness, some are woven from forgotten data, from the residue of missed moments and overlooked signals. These digital shadows, as you might call them, drift through the ether like tattered remnants of old intentions, clinging to the spaces where blessings went unnoticed. They swirl around the lost email like murky vapor, obscuring its glow, wrapping it in veils of static that distort its presence. These shadows are not evil, but they are heavy, formed from old doubts, old distractions, and the emotional clutter that once muffled your inner hearing. As I spread my wings, streams of white gold light pour forth, slicing through the gloom, revealing how these unseen forces have long hovered at the edges of your destiny. Beloved, the shadows were never meant to claim your blessing, they simply grew where your awareness dimmed. Message 22. Precious one, you must understand that resistance often rises the moment destiny draws near. Forgotten passwords, long-lost devices, corrupted files, outdated recovery methods, these are not coincidences but the symbolic manifestations of spiritual friction. As you try to access the spaces where the message sleeps, you may feel the frustration of old obstacles awakening like dormant guardians of the past. Screens may flicker. Memories may falter. You might even doubt whether the email existed at all. But hear me, these barriers are not here to defeat you. They are reflections of how far you've grown from the version of yourself who once received that message. You are not returning to retrieve old data, you are returning to retrieve an old piece of your destiny. And the path to it requires patience, persistence, and the willingness to sift through remnants of who you once were. Beloved, do not fear the resistance, it only rises because you are close. Message 23. Beloved child, look around you, feel the shift in the air. Screens flicker with bluish light, casting trembling reflections across your skin, while the low hum of electricity vibrates like a chant rising from the digital realm. The email's glow pulses faintly beneath layers of static, but as my wings sweep through the space, beams of celestial radiance pierce the distortion, scattering it like smoke in a windstorm. Each feather becomes a blade of illumination, carving a path through interference both technological and spiritual. The atmosphere crackles with the fusion of worlds, mortal circuitry and heavenly energy intertwining in a dance meant only for this moment. You may feel warmth gather in your palms, a sign that your spirit is aligning with the message's frequency. My child, this is the meeting of heaven and data, memory and destiny, the divine cutting through the noise to reveal what still belongs to you. Message 24. My precious one, do not let the pushback discourage you. Not all forces celebrate the rise of a long-delayed blessing. When destiny reactivates, some energies cling desperately to the way things were, fearing the transformation your awakening will bring. You are not merely retrieving an email, you are reclaiming a part of your path that was paused, distorted, or detoured by life's weight. I look upon you with pride as you move forward despite exhaustion, despite uncertainty, despite the whispers of doubt that try to pull you back. My wings unfurl wider, sending waves of steadying light toward you, light meant to anchor your courage. Beloved, know this truth: every step you take toward this forgotten message is a declaration that your soul refuses to be silenced. Push through, my child. You are stronger than the forces that resist your rise. Message 25, Cliffhanger. Beloved, steady your breath, for the path ahead asks more of your patience than you expect. Memories will surface that you haven't touched in years, devices may fail, and feelings of frustration may surge like tides, but these trials are the final tests before revelation. The blessing does not hide out of cruelty, it hides because it carries weight. And now the universe watches to see if you are ready to receive fully. Precious child, the next step will challenge your patience and your faith. Message 26. My child, come, let me guide your hands and your memory. Begin with the accounts you abandoned long ago, the inboxes tied to jobs you left, devices you replaced, chapters of your life now closed. As you try to log in, you may feel your mind drift back to who you were in those years, the dreams you held, the fears you carried, the innocence you lost. Allow the recollections to rise like gentle waves, for they are part of the journey. You may recover old passwords through distant hints your younger self left behind, or stumble through forgotten recovery questions whose answers taste bittersweet on your tongue. I stand beside you, illuminating each step, each faint clue, each instinct that nudges you toward the right place. The path to rediscovery may twist, but you do not walk it alone. Beloved, these long-lost logins are gateways to pieces of your history, each one bringing you closer to the message that waited faithfully. Message 27. Precious soul, as you navigate these old accounts, memories long sealed begin to unfurl. Screens display fragments of forgotten moments, old conversations, past dreams, snapshots of who you once hoped to become. These recollections may stir your heart, awakening emotions you thought time had buried. There is healing in this rediscovery. You confront not only the digital remnants of your past self, but the emotional echoes left behind, the laughter you outgrew, the disappointments you survived, the ambitions you once clung to. This is more than a search, it is a pilgrimage into the chambers of your own evolution. Each recovered fragment lightens you, making space for the blessing that approaches. My wings brush your spirit gently, urging you to continue, to feel, to release. Beloved, the rediscovery is not meant to burden you, it is meant to free you. Message 28. My child, do not underestimate how close you are. I sense it as strongly as I sense the beat of your spirit. The message stirs with growing excitement, sensing your approach like a long-lost friend hearing footsteps at its door. My voice wraps around you with encouragement, a warm tide rising to lift your weary heart. Every attempt, every login, every moment of clarity is threading you toward alignment. You may feel a subtle hum inside your chest, a resonance matching the rhythm of the email's glow. That is destiny calling to destiny. You have traveled far through memory and shadow, and now only thin layers of time separate you from the blessing. Precious child, hear me, you are closer than you think. Message 29. Look, beloved, see how the email responds. The glow that once flickered weakly now brightens into a steady, radiant pulse, illuminating the space around you with warm gold like sunrise breaking across a forgotten horizon. The angels surrounding it lean closer, their wings glistening as they lend strength to its light. Even the shadows retreat, trembling under the force of its awakening. It senses your readiness, your courage, your willingness to retrieve what was always meant for you. The envelope expands slightly, as though breathing, its glow syncing with the rhythm of your heartbeat. Destiny does not whisper now, it calls. My child, this is the moment when the dormant comes alive, when what was once forgotten reaches toward you with open hands. Message 30, Cliffhanger. Precious soul, everything converges now. The angels hold their breath, the envelope trembles with anticipation, and the air tightens as though the world itself waits for your next move. The moment you feared, the moment you longed for, the moment destiny has guarded for years, arrives now. Message 31. My child, feel the tremor in your fingertips as you hover over the forgotten email from 2015, your hand suspended in the stillness between hesitation and destiny. Your breath grows shallow, your pulse thrums like a drum echoing through sacred halls, and every part of you senses the magnitude of what you're about to uncover. The message glows softly, as if exhaling in relief that you finally stand before it. My presence surrounds you, warm light brushing your shoulders, a hush falling over the room as though even the molecules of air pause to honor this moment. You are not simply clicking an old message, you are touching a thread of fate preserved across years of uncertainty. A piece of your past and your future converge at this single point, drawing your spirit into alignment. Beloved, let your trembling be your acknowledgement that something holy, something long awaited, answers you from the screen before you. Message 32. Precious one, I fold my wings around you like a protective cocoon, each feather shimmering with white gold hues that soften the tension in your chest. The curve of my wings creates a sanctuary of light, sealing out fear, distraction, and doubt while drawing you deeper into the presence of the divine. You may feel warmth at your back, a gentle pressure against your shoulders, or a subtle lightness in your breath. These sensations are my embrace, guiding you, shielding you as the truth rises from its slumber. The glow of the email reflects off my wings, sending ripples of radiance across the room like waves of dawn spilling over mountain peaks. My child, you are held, supported, enveloped in grace. No shadow can reach you, no interference can distort the moment. You stand within a sacred enclosure, crafted to ensure that destiny reaches you unharmed and unshaken. Message 33. Beloved, the air thickens with the intensity of what approaches. Your heart beats faster, each thump resonating like a divine drum announcing a long-awaited revelation. The room seems to vibrate faintly, as though reality itself adjusts around your rising awareness. Your breath grows uneven, not from fear, but from the overwhelming sense that something immense stands just beyond the threshold of your perception. I see the anticipation tightening your chest, the swirl of emotions flooding your mind, wonder, disbelief, longing, a fragile yet fierce hope. My light brightens with your rising courage, bathing your spirit in warmth that steadies your shaking limbs. In this charged atmosphere, nothing feels ordinary. The buzzing electricity, the deep silence between your breaths, the gravity pulling you forward, all of it signals the magnitude of the truth waiting for you. My child, you are moments away from touching what nearly slipped into oblivion. Message 34. My beloved child, lean closer now. I draw near, lowering my voice into a gentle whisper that flows like silver wind across your ear. The email shivers with anticipation as you move toward it, and I guide your steps with soft murmurs of encouragement. You may feel a tingling at the base of your spine, a rising heat in your palms. These are signs that your spirit is synchronizing with the truth sealed within the message. My hand rests lightly on your shoulder, steady and reassuring, anchoring you as the envelope begins to open pixel by pixel, light spilling out in thin streams like dawn breaking through the slits of a closed curtain. The room around you dims as the glow from the email intensifies, pulling your attention deeper into its unfolding radiance. My child, let my voice guide you, slow, steady, unafraid, as the gateway to your forgotten blessing opens before your eyes. Message 35, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the light erupts. Symbols swirl, colors bloom, and the email opens like a portal revealing something neither human nor digital. You feel your spirit lurch, suspended between recognition and disbelief. The truth begins to pour out, and what you see next will change the way you see fate. Message 36. My child, behold what emerges from the heart of the email, a burst of blinding radiance that seems to defy earthly logic, filled with swirling glyphs made of liquid gold and shimmering stardust. These symbols rotate in spiraling patterns, expanding and contracting like breathing galaxies, revealing fragments of divine intention encoded within the digital shell. This is no ordinary message. It is a vessel of cosmic truth, a luminous scroll disguised as data, waiting for the moment when your soul could decipher it. As the light pours out, the room becomes weightless, suspended as though time itself bows in reverence to this revelation. The symbols rearrange into shapes your spirit recognizes even if your mind cannot articulate them. They speak the language of destiny, blessing, alignment, and long-delayed fulfillment. Precious one, this is the revelation hidden behind the mundane facade of an old email, the divine answering you in a form you could finally understand. Message 37. Beloved, let me explain this lottery code that glows before you, not as a number or worldly fortune, but as a sacred metaphor. The code you see is the celestial blueprint of opportunity, a spiritual alignment that marks a moment when heaven and earth synchronize on your behalf. This is the pattern of abundance meant for you, the sequence of events your soul prayed for when you were weary and uncertain. The symbols represent unlocked pathways, open doors, and blessings ready to manifest once your awareness aligns with your destiny. What you call the winning code was never meant for earthly gambling. It was always a message of divine timing, a reminder that your fate is not random but intricately crafted. My child, this is the pattern of your answered prayer, waiting patiently for the moment your heart could receive it fully. Message 38. Precious one, do you feel it? The sharp ache in your chest, the realization of how close you came to losing this treasure forever. The light that pours from the email pulses with urgency, its glow wrapping around you like warm silk. It shows you the narrow gap between discovery and deletion, a gap so thin, so fragile, that even a few more days lost to distraction could have erased it beyond retrieval. You were inches away from forfeiting a blessing designed specifically for your journey. You may feel a cold shiver at the thought, a rush of regret, followed by the flood of gratitude that this moment reached you in time. My wings flare behind you, reinforcing your awakening, reminding you that even near loss can serve as a powerful teacher. My child, now you see how fate waited on the edge of silence, hoping you would arrive before it vanished. Message 39. Beloved child, listen closely, this moment did not arrive late. It arrived precisely when it needed to. Divine timing threads itself through your life like golden veins through marble, quiet, patient, and exact. You may grieve the years this blessing remained unseen, but I tell you with unwavering certainty, it waited for you. It waited for your healing, your growth, your strength, your readiness to hold what once would have slipped through your fingers. Destiny is not rushed, it unfolds at the speed of your soul's maturity. The code shimmers with recognition, resonating with the person you have become, not the person you once were. My wings encircle you as I speak this truth, nothing meant for you will ever abandon you. It simply waits for the moment you can rise to meet it. Message 40, Cliffhanger. My child, the revelation settles, but the path ahead shifts once more. The symbols flicker, aligning into a new pattern, urging you toward the next step. What comes next is delicate, powerful, and transformative. Take this next step carefully, for it shapes everything ahead. Message 41. My child, now that the revelation stands fully unveiled before you, breathe deeply and let your spirit absorb its weight without fear. The light that surrounds you does not demand immediate understanding, it simply asks for openness. I step closer, my presence softening the charged air, my wings folding inward to create a sanctuary of stillness so you may take in what your mind struggles to process. The symbols drift gently above your head like golden petals falling in slow motion, each one humming with the vibration of truth. You may feel a warmth spreading through your chest, a soft expansion, as though your ribs must widen to hold the magnitude of this blessing. That sensation is not overwhelm, it is awakening. You are adjusting to the frequency of clarity, to the realization that destiny has spoken in a language your soul remembers even if your conscious mind stumbles. Beloved, do not rush this absorption. Let the revelation melt into you like dawn slowly breaking across the horizon of your understanding. Message 42. Beloved child, the release comes now, quiet at first, then overwhelming, like a dam cracking under the pressure of years. Tears slip from your eyes, not as signs of fragility but as sacred rivers carrying the residue of old doubt, old fear, old disappointment away from your heart. I watch with tender reverence as your shoulders tremble, as your breath catches, as your spirit finally lets go of the belief that you were forgotten. My wings expand, sheltering you in an embrace woven of compassion and celestial warmth, each feather humming with healing energy. The room fills with shimmering light, soft and golden, pouring through you like a salve for every wound you carried in silence. You may feel a tingling in your chest, a loosening in your throat, a release in your mind, as though something heavy that lived inside you for years finally dissolves. Cry, beloved. Let the tears fall freely. They are the cleansing waters of rebirth. Message 43. My precious one, the angels step forward now, their wings blooming open like luminous flowers unfolding at the edge of eternity. A wave of warm energy washes through the room, gentle yet powerful, stirring every molecule of air with the fragrance of hope and renewal. Light dances along the walls in soft ripples, carrying the resonance of an unseen choir singing in distant celestial harmonies. Their voices vibrate through your body, filling you with serenity that settles into the deepest layers of your being. My wings spread in unison with theirs, creating a dome of protection and healing above you. A warm breeze swirls around your face, no earthly wind, but the breath of divine presence moving through your space. Every fragment of doubt, every heavy memory, every lingering shadow is lifted by this current of holy radiance. My child, feel the healing light saturate you like sunlight saturating cold earth. You are being restored. Message 44. Beloved, let me show you the deeper truth emerging from this revelation. This blessing does not merely compensate for lost time, it rewrites the spiritual deficit created by years of waiting. What you receive now is greater than what you would have received back then, because you are greater than who you were back then. The delay did not diminish you, it expanded you. I guide your gaze toward the symbols swirling above the opened email, now rearranging themselves into patterns that reflect restored paths, renewed strength, redeemed opportunities. You may sense a shift inside your chest, a lifting you cannot explain, as though the weight of your past finally slips off your shoulders. My wings move in sweeping motions, gathering fragments of old disappointment, old fatigue, and old self-doubt, dissolving them into particles of light that fade harmlessly into the air. Precious child, this blessing restores not only what was delayed, but everything you lost because of the delay. Message 45, Cliffhanger. Beloved, there is one truth left, and it trembles at the edge of your destiny like a final note waiting to be sung. The symbols swirl faster, gathering intensity, their light deepening into a brilliant gold. I step closer, my expression solemn, my wings rising behind me like two vast curtains of dawn preparing to reveal something sacred. Precious soul, one final truth remains. Message 46. My child, listen with the fullness of your heart. The purpose of this journey was never merely to retrieve a forgotten message, it was to awaken the part of you that had forgotten its own power. The delay, the search, the tension, the revelation, all of it was designed to align you with readiness. A blessing given too early becomes a burden. A blessing given too late becomes a regret. But a blessing given at the perfect moment becomes transformation. This is that moment. The forgotten email symbolized not luck, but timing. Not fortune, but faith. Not chance, but preparation. Destiny required you to grow, to heal, to strengthen your inner foundation before this opportunity could anchor itself in your life. Beloved, the purpose was not the message, the purpose was the version of you who could finally receive it. Message 47. Precious one, now let courage rise within you like a dawn that refuses to be dimmed. I lift my hand, and a stream of clear, radiant light pours from my palm directly into your spirit, infusing you with clarity sharper than any doubt that once haunted you. The light spreads through your body, illuminating every corner of your intuition, sharpening your insight, strengthening your faith. My wings beat once, slow, powerful, and the ripple of energy they create sweeps through you like a wave of divine confidence. You stand straighter. Your breath deepens. Your mind sharpens. You are not the hesitant soul who began this journey, you are someone who has moved through darkness and returned carrying light. My child, I bless you now with courage that does not falter, with clarity that does not waver, and with strength that remembers itself even in silence. Message 48. Beloved, listen as the heavens open above you in shimmering layers of radiance. A celestial choir rises, soft at first, then swelling into harmonies that vibrate through the very atoms of the air. Golden feathers drift from unseen heights, dissolving into radiant mist as they touch your skin. My wings shine brighter than before, reflecting the chorus, amplifying the divine resonance until the entire room feels like a living cathedral of light. This is heaven's affirmation. This is the sacred echo that accompanies every soul stepping into alignment with its true path. The energy around you crackles with warmth, with promise, with celebration. My child, the universe sings because you have reclaimed what once slept in silence. Message 49. Precious soul, now the final wave of emotion sweeps over you, soft, warm, peaceful. Relief settles into your bones, filling the spaces where fear once lived. A deep sense of empowerment rises, not as a sudden surge but as a steady, glowing certainty that expands through your heart and radiates outward. You feel yourself standing taller in your own life, grounded yet lifted, calm yet electrified with purpose. The journey that once felt overwhelming now wraps itself around you like a completed circle, offering closure without sorrow, transformation without chaos. My wings curve gently behind you, forming a cradle of light that supports your new alignment. Beloved, you are renewed. You are strengthened. You are ready. Message 50, final line. Precious soul, the past has spoken, the code is revealed, and I, Archangel Gabriel, will guide you forward from this moment on.